Hello and welcome to the MegaMonsterCast. For today, we are talking about episode 18 of Ultraman G'd. I am Nick. With me are Alex and Josh.
Hi,
Hello
I'm in
there.
danger.
Yes, yes, he is.
He's in danger.
Anyway, this episode is
He's about to get Dorothy'd.
this episode introduces a new sort of main character.
I knew it from the start.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't.
So this introduces. One second, let me make sure I get her name right. This introduces Ari Ishikari, who,
Yeah, the fangirl.
yes, also fun fact, apparently in Japanese, um, the way her name is spelled let me see, what was it? Was it katakana or was it, um, uh, fuck, I can't find it now, which specific one, but, apparently, her character's name, uh, is written using a anagram of the characters for Marie Shelley's name in Japanese.
You mean Mary Shelley's?
Yeah, Mary Shelley. Sorry, yeah, yeah, the Frankenstein
Yeah.
author. I just thought that was a fun little thing. Yeah, written as
I hope that's
katakana.
meaningful and not just a coincidence.
I mean, we'll have to see. Anyway, this episode was written by Sachio Yanai, who wrote a little bit here and there. He wrote The Girl with the Blue Ribbon from Orb, the one where the it's like the clone body that develops its own consciousness, and she controls the Zeton,
That
and she gets raised by the old couple.
was a good episode.
Mhm.
Was.
He also made the two-parter that introduced Zero's Beyond form for this series.
The more this series goes on, I'm like less and less a fan of Zero.
That's fair. Um, he
More of a fan.
like that's not an uncommon take because like this is Jeed's show, but Zero kind of like steals the thunder pretty regularly.
As he should.
I mean, he is also the golden child of the franchise. Like the reason why most of the shows exist currently is because the Zero movies did so well that they could like stockpile enough money to start making shows again. Like the company was bankrupt, they took a shot on the Zero movies and they panned out big. So he's kind of like their poster child now.
Which I mean, good. I'm just saying from a character and a writing standpoint.
Fair. This is also directed by Ryoichi Ito, who has no credits on the Ultra Wiki, so I'm not going to go into any more detail on him.
Oh, but he's the one I wanted to know about.
Valid.
That is very interesting.
Mhm. So anyway, this episode begins with Fukuita K just tripping balls while looking at some chess pieces. I wonder if those are going to be relevant in any way.
Not at all.
Yep. And then we get the real star of the show, the shopkeeper.
Oh, manager.
Yep. He's so fun. And he's so tired of
Where
Ryu's
have you
bullshit.
where have you been the last dozen episodes?
Yep.
He's been in court.
He was in that episode where Kay tried to nuke he was in the Zero Beyond episode.
Yeah, he was under rubble.
Yeah. He was there.
When do, when did we get his daughter arc?
Never, but he gets to play more than one character in the franchise. He gets to play an entirely different character like 5 years
Like, God
later.
forbid.
It would have been better if he was the same character.
Instead, he's like the muscle head in on a defense force, so he's always working out. But anyway,
Oh,
we find out
oh,
some
well,
important information. Well, sorry, I'm gonna get ahead of myself a little bit. So we find out that Fukuhita K is now wanted for assumedly murdering his editor and dumping the body. Which, yes. So he's now a wanted man, and that's kind of going to establish what his situation is for the next however many episodes. Like, he's going from kind of being like in a position of power to being on the run, which I kind of like that dynamic change for him. That like he was
on the phone
powerful
again.
both in his like evil persona and in his like public persona, and to have that flipped where he's relatively powerless in both of those, this episode was kind of a nice change of pace for him. We also get
Arguably one of the most dynamic characters
Mhm.
that I've ever seen in literature. Even if it's just situational.
Yeah, that's fair. We also find out that when Belial was defeated, he launched a bunch of the monster capsules, and I believe they found the Alien Empera capsule, if I'm remembering right.
They've just been smoking for days and days.
Yep.
It's fine.
hmm the Alien Empera capsule is actually kind of important. It was the last Heisei uh, original Heisei run villain. He was the villain for Ultraman Mebius. So kind of like a
That's the
fun
name.
little nod. Um, the other capsule we get is we get name dropped is the what was it? Was it the Lugiel or the Zoggy one? I'm trying to remember that
Uh,
when we
I'm not
get to
sure.
it.
I thought we got that later in the
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, we do. I'm just trying to remember it because if I'm
That's
remembering
what
it
you.
right, there's like a fun little Easter egg with that. But anyway, so Kay's walking around and both the AIB and Zero are like, oh, we need to go fuck that dude up now. He's just walking around in tattered clothes. Let's go mess him up.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go kick his ass.
When will you learn to not be homeless?
Oh my god.
Let me get this, very angry architecture that you can't lay on.
Yep.
I quit the show.
Yep. And then,
You like
That
this
was too far.
bench? Spike bench now.
yep,
God damn it. Fucking aggressive architecture.
yep. Then we get an alien Dada showing up, which Josh almost exclusively refers to as the alien from Dawn to Dawn.
It's the Dun-Dun-Dun alien.
Yeah.
And he gets a sick mech here.
He does get a really sick mech. I love that mech's design.
It's so good.
hmm Yeah.
Can I
Like,
say the pilot is the weakest, lamest, low budget ass costume the entire show has ever produced?
Wrong.
that's from, one second, let me find when Alien Dada was introduced, because I'm pretty sure,
That was some early show
This is
shit.
some extra level bad.
let's see. He's either from Ultraman, the first Ultraman series from episode 28 of Ultraman.
Yeah, you should see him. You should see his old costume.
It's what it is.
I mean, the Daleks are more inventive.
Oh
I
no,
know,
dude,
these
you got to
things
see
are
the
way
other
better.
faces. The alien Dadas change faces. There's
One
three
looks like Michael
faces.
Jackson.
No, no.
Yeah, one does kind of look like him. Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, the powered one.
It's almost like having expressions.
Yeah, the powered ones are gross as fuck, and they show up like not as often, but are pretty great. So anyway, the mech starts attacking the city, and specifically trying to kill Fukuida K because why not? But also not doing a good job because he's just blowing up buildings instead.
Yeah, you'd think they would have just thrown him into the, giant beam, but whatever.
Yep.
Like, you almost think that this guy's important, and then you realize pretty quickly when you forgot that he was here the whole time and gets reintroduced later in the episode that he is literally nothing.
Yeah, no,
He is everything.
he's
He's bad at what he does, and it
eh.
doesn't matter.
He's also
That's literally the worst.
this is also the second episode this character has been in this show. He has been in more than one episode of G'd. He was
You never remember.
Yep, he had the shrink ray, remember? He tried to kidnap the little girl.
Ooh. See, this is why I say Dandelion.
Yeah, okay. Well, awful, but yes. So yeah, then we get an honestly pretty okay fight. Like it's not amazing. We get a much better fight later in the show, but like anytime Zero gets to just jump in and kick a motherfucker in the chest, you're in for a good time.
Gonna kick so many motherfuckers in the chest.
Yep. Also, I'm gonna mention this right now. So I'm watching this on Amazon Prime.
Same.
The amount of times the subtitles had typos this episode.
They cut out at the end of a sentence like 8 or 9 times.
Yeah, I kept writing that down. I'm like, oh god, this happened again. Oh my gosh, again. Like at a certain point, I'm like, this is happening too many times. Somebody really fucked up bad on this one specific episode.
Yeah, I've never seen any of the Ultraman that we've watched, and I've watched most of them through Amazon Prime. I've never seen them have this level of issue. This was very. I guess I'm used to it with Neon Genesis at this point.
Yeah.
Just typos all over the place.
I honestly thought about getting my Blu-rays out and just watching this episode on Blu-ray instead. Yeah. Then we get our introduction to our new main character, who is okay. So there's some interesting stuff with this character I'm gonna mention. So the people who made this character, like made this show, but specifically this character, talked about they liked the idea of foils that were being set up in the show, like Riku and Kei are supposed to be foils for each other. Um, someone who uh, adamantly accepts Belial and someone who adamantly rejects Belial.
So she's the opposite of Pega.
No, so weird thing. She's supposed to be the opposite of Dawnshine.
What?
Yeah, she's supposed to be Dawnshine's a
Is
character.
that why she found him lost?
Yeah,
Help
yeah,
him. Oh my god.
yeah, and just like Dawnshine inspired Riku to become a hero, she helps encourage Kei to continue to be a villain. Yeah, she's supposed to be his Dawnshine.
His Darth Dawnshine. See, I made it worse for Alex.
Yeah, I found it interesting when I read that too. Like, it's She's specifically supposed to be his equivalent of Dawnshine.
That's not really what a foil is. That's a reciprocal.
And yet that's what
No,
they
that's
called
what
it.
trash goes into.
That's receptacle.
Yep.
Sorry, English language.
Yeah, so she takes him home after
Also, that
protecting him.
completely reframes that character.
Well, I mean, she is basically encouraging him to be a villain so she can write a good novel. Like,
Oh my god.
because she writes realistic, like she writes nonfiction.
Nonfiction.
She's writing about him. It benefits her if he continues down the path of evil, so she can make the best book possible.
Evil.
We even get that kind of.
Oh,
Like,
I mean, she's very clearly giving that vibe.
oh yeah, like we get the implication she's doing this all so she can profit off of him. Like, it makes sense. And like she's doing this for very selfish reasons, whereas Dawnshine is supposed supposed to be like selfless. Like they're supposed to be an evil mirror of each other in a way. Yeah, we find out that she's a nonfiction writer. Um, I guess kind of like a true crime writer, and she's decided she's going to write about him, and that it's very fortunate that they ran into each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Coincidence, you
Yep.
might say.
Yep.
It's pronounced Winky Dink.
Yeah, and then Kay, who has amnesia at this point, but like not the real kind of amnesia, the the schooly type of amnesia, where it's like he just forgot his past instead of the more common amnesia where you just don't form new memories. Uh, and then he drops his
So
chess
he got the
pieces
cool
again.
version.
Yeah,
The
he drops,
storytelling version.
yeah. So he drops his chess pieces again. What chess pieces has he been dropping, by the way?
It looked like the queen and a rook.
Nope.
Bishop.
That is,
No, a
I
bishop. Yeah, it
But
looked
not
like
a
a
pawn.
bishop.
and
No, not a pawn.
I was gonna say it looks like the king. The king and the pawn.
It's 100% not a pawn. I will fight you on this.
Okay, maybe the bishop,
Yeah.
but definitely the king.
Yeah, it's either a king and a bishop or king and queen. I feel like it's supposed to mean king and queen,
Mhm.
but it almost certainly is the king and
Wait.
bishop.
It is definitely the king.
Yeah, the king is the one that falls closer to his toes. The one in question is the one by his heel.
Mhm.
The one by his heel is
The
the bishop.
bishop.
Okay,
Yeah, I was right.
yeah, fair enough. I wonder if that's gonna be important though. Those two specific pieces that he keeps dropping.
Because,
Well, you know all those stories that we tell about bishops.
because King Belial and
Well,
Archbishop. I don't know any other bad ones.
well, I mean, you
Also,
gotta.
Belial.
This episode's also all about like maintaining dreams, and in a way,
Is that what this
Fukuin.
whole episode's about?
Yeah, no, that's genuinely like the
That's what
entire.
the episode ends with.
The fucking name of the episode is Inheritor of the Dream. So yes, it's what it's about. It's about
So it's a
establishing
bishop
that.
wanting to be king.
Uh, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's about well, he was
Yeah.
Belial's most firm supporter, and what is a bishop if not the pawn of the king? I don't know. I'm grasping at straws with this one, but those fucking chess pieces are important, and we're gonna see them again.
But when?
So anyway,
I'm gonna guess in the next 8 episodes.
definitely by the end, at least once more this episode. Oh yeah, so I was right. It is Dark Lugiel. Okay, so that's actually the two kaiju
My
capsules
favorite
they got.
non-favorite legendary.
The two kaiju capsules they had were Dark Lugiel and Alien Empera. Alien Empera was the last show villain for an Ultra show before Belial, and Dark Lugiel is the first show villain after Belial.
Oh.
So it's just kind of a fun little like nod to, oh, here's the one that came before him and the one that came after him.
Look at what they have to create just to emulate Belial's power.
Yep. Just to emulate his power, they have those two semi-related villains.
Yep. But what will they have after 500 years?
I don't know, probably Zero still fucking around.
Yeah.
He's
fucking
20,000
Zero.
years old.
Oh god,
He'll never die.
Yep. Yeah. So general consensus is they need Riku to continue to fight because there's going to be more threats now that Belial's gone, and Zero fights the mech in space. And so they Zero creates a fucking cataclysmic event by re-entering the atmosphere at Mach speed with this thing.
Zero has never cared.
Zero doesn't give two shits as long as it's cool as fuck, whatever he's doing.
Yeah, that could have been a genocidal, event right there. Just
Really
it's
calls
fine.
into question what you think cool is.
Launching something through the atmosphere and then beating the shit out of it when you land.
Yeah, it sounds pretty fucking cool, actually.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't wipe out every living thing on the planet, it's cool as fuck. That's
Yeah,
metal as
No
hell.
consequences. No rules.
Yep.
Yeah, he put on some thrusters, so slow its descent right there at the very end. So
Yeah, no, he just like
get me wrong.
flips and then kicks him back up. That would have actually been really cool if he like got all the way to the ground and then kicked him back up into space. Yeah, so now the our new character hands Fukuita K back his chess pieces. And she's like, "Hey, I'm happy that you're here because I'm gonna write about you." And
God, it's the love story we needed.
yeah, maybe my luck's turning around because I'm able to write about you. He's like, "You're so kind." And she's like, "No, I just want to get famous off of you. That's all I want. You want food? I'm gonna be famous because of you. Give like here, eat some food, so I can make money off of you."
And that's where he snaps.
Like, respect to her, she's very transparent about the fact that she just wants to use him to further her own career. Like, she's not trying to hide the fact that she just wants to use him to get famous. But lo and behold, they run into Alien Dada's mech, the Legion droid or whatever, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you, you alien Sturm. You're not taking over the Earth. That's my job."
I was here first.
I
though?
was introduced in the 60s. You're introduced now. I have
I have the
dibs.
right.
You are just a pretender.
And then when he tries to blow him up, Fukuita K is like, "Oh wait, no, I remember Belial. My purpose is to bring about Belial's wish of conquering the universe, and now that he's gone, I got to do it for him."
Can I
Fuck.
just say though, when they show this scene of him remembering and he like the aura starts coming out of his hands,
Yep.
I thought he lost like half his fingers. And he had
That's
like
fair.
little nubs based
That's,
on how bad the CGI was.
that's fair. It does kind of like the fact that he's got like dirty hands too. It kind of blends in some spots. I totally get it. But then he remembers that, oh hey, I can summon monsters. I'm gonna send out this fucking Zygorg. Which how do you guys like this thing's design? I think it's cool, but a little bit overdone.
Overdone by like the cancerous cells on his hand that makes a nub.
Yep.
No, he's great.
I I like it, but I think there's like a
The
lot
club
going
hand is
on.
off.
I was
If
gonna
he
say,
would have turned into a little ball and spun with those spikes, I think it would have been cooler.
yeah. I was gonna say like, I love the line of lights that run like along the eye line down his neck. I think that's cool.
Oh shit! I didn't even kind of realize that.
Yeah, I think that's like the nicest touch to it. Yeah.
Huh. And then we get old monster we've seen before.
Oh, hold up. I do want to mention. So
What?
Fukui to K's. This this is probably my favorite line of the episode. He says, "I have inherited the nightmare that Belial Sama gave rise to,
Oh,
and I will allow no one to sleep soundly again." Like he's just so over the top villain at that point. Yeah, so Zygorg starts kicking ass.
He's got Sauron energy after Morgoth is gone.
Yep. Well, now it's my turn to be in charge. Oh, my god's dead. I guess I'm God now. Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, so then Zygorg kicks Dada's ass. And then we get the return of Thunder Killer, which is still dope as fuck. And maybe still my favorite design of Jeed. Like, there's some good ones in Jeed, but as far as kaiju go, this one's like up there for me. There's a few others that are like around that, but just the way it looks is sick. Anyway, though, so then we get our fight, and all the while, the lady's watching, so she sees Riku transform. So now he has another person that knows his secret identity that he doesn't know about.
Which is why I thought they were setting her up to be the foil of Riku and replacing Kei here. But apparently I'm wrong.
I mean, she has a lot to do still. Like, we still have another 6 episodes after this, I think. No, more than that. No,
I
no,
think it's
6.
8,
Yeah.
right?
It ends at 25, so
Oh, so
yeah, so we
7.
have 6 more episodes. 6 episodes of her. Also, when Riku starts struggling, he immediately goes, "Well, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna go Royal Mega Master and kick your ass." We do still get to see his other forms, but he will rely heavily on Royal Mega Master to finish people off. We're back. All right. So yeah, we get a Royal Mega Master fight. Um,
Get
we
used to it.
Yep. We also this is the first time we get to
I mean,
see what those other Ultra capsules that he got do.
yeah, but I also really like this form now.
I like the way it fights. I like
He's so
most of it.
elegant.
Again, I like most of it. It's just the head takes me out sometimes.
It really depends on the angle.
Mhm. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the fact that he uses that weapon as a rapier
Mhm.
makes it make so much more sense to me. Though he does use it as a slashing weapon a few times, which makes no sense.
But it has edges.
It doesn't.
It
does.
sort of does. But he is more about stabbing than he is slashing.
I think that lends some credence to it. And makes it a lot higher tier in my head than our infamous orb weapon.
Orb's weapon was god tier.
Just wait, it's gonna be back. We still have the movie where they team up.
Well, this one can function as like a scepter as well as a sword. Like,
Mhm.
Oh no, you don't understand.
Better.
They combine the weapons and then they make a double-ended speak and spell.
no. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no.
So how did you like the fact that again, like
Oh.
he can use the other Ultra capsules to use attacks out of the sword thing. So like the
I
the
actually like
Jack
that a
one he
lot.
uses as like an energy lance, and the Taro one he uses to like out of the scepter form to fire a blast.
I feel like that makes more sense than the I'm gonna use your powers to make my suit. Honestly, it feels like you'd see this before we had seen any of Orb or any of this
Just
of Jeed.
surprised
You know,
Alex
Uh,
didn't mention the fact that when he does the Taurus one, he does a literal Kamehameha wave.
yeah. So Kay's defeated, and he's chewing the scenery, just chewing the shit out of the scenery with his defeat.
Yeah, his
I
skin's
will
coming
say
off.
though,
His eyes are weirdly glowing blue.
Yep.
I will say though, if it takes transforming into a monster and getting defeated to get his leather clothes back, he's doing okay.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but
Oh my
then
god, he did change clothes.
yep. And the other author shows up and she's like, "Listen, this is fucking awesome. I am so into this right now. I am gonna do
You're
whatever it
coming home
takes to make
with
sure that
me.
this keeps going on. You're gonna make me so much money, and I'm gonna be so rich." And he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. You don't get the choice on that one, bud.
And
Not
you
today.
get to kill this ass.
Yep.
I'm gonna say she's all over him, man.
I think she's
She
all
is
over
going
the
to.
idea of making a shit ton of money.
Oh
She
yeah,
is
it's
going
completely
to
platonic.
wreck
It's
him.
like if I could platonically tell you that I'm ovulating, that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
You've told me that several times.
Well, that I told you that in confidence.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have.
Yeah. That was the episode. I think this is like a good introduction to what like the last arc is gonna be about. Like now that Belial has been defeated and Kay is sort of trying to move into the central role of the villain, having him get kind of like his own underling, sort of someone who's like helping him accomplish his goals is interesting. And now he's got his own hideout. Yeah. So what do you guys think?
It was
Oh
it was good.
my god.
What's
I'm just
up?
now watching the preview.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the next
Linus is
episode's
straight
fun.
up a Jedi, and he's getting Jedi training orbs.
Yeah, yeah, that's a real thing. Yeah, I told you there's a lot of Star Wars in this one.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come on. No way.
no, that's a
Yeah,
real
I've
thing.
been avoiding them, but I forgot to hit pause. I seen it. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So next week we're gonna obviously experience Star Wars. Anything else you guys want to say before we call this one?
Um, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
All right. Howard Stern.
It is though. It's definitely Star Wars.
Yeah, no, it is. There's
What
gonna be
the
a lot of
hell?
There's a lot of Star Wars-y shit in the next episode. Anyway, tune in next time.
We've already had the "I am your father" part.
We did. That was
We did.
definitely
We
last
did.
episode. And sort of the episode before, but mostly last
I just
episode.
broke my cup.
All right. Anyway, with that, tune in next time. Bye-bye.
Never bring training droids to a Jedi battle.